On the edge of a small countryside town stood an abandoned two-story house, surrounded by overgrown fields and a broken wooden fence. Locals called it the Hollow House. They said anyone who stayed inside after midnight would hear whispers that didn't belong to this world. Ethan, a 24-year-old traveler with a love for urban exploration, had heard rumors online. He didn't believe in ghosts, but he loved proving legends wrong. Armed with a flashlight, a phone for recording, and a bag of supplies, he decided to spend one night inside. Strange beginnings. The front door was hanging loosely from rusted hinges. It groaned as Ethan pushed it open. Dust and the smell of damp wood rushed at him. His flashlight revealed peeling wallpaper, broken furniture, and claw-like scratches on the hallway walls. At first, everything was silent. Too silent. Ethan set up his phone on a tripod, smiling for the camera. "Another night, another spooky myth," he whispered. "Let's see what this place really hides." But as soon as midnight passed, the air shifted. The temperature dropped so fast that his breath turned white. Somewhere deep inside the house, he heard footsteps. Slow, dragging footsteps, as if someone was walking barefoot on rotting wood. The whispers. Ethan thought maybe it was an animal. He followed the sound upstairs where the wallpaper curled like old skin. That's when he heard the first whisper, "Leave. Now." The voice was soft, almost human, but it echoed inside his skull instead of the hallway. Ethan froze, gripping his flashlight. He laughed nervously into the camera. "Okay, that was creepy." Must be the wind. But the whisper returned, louder this time. "He is coming." Suddenly his flashlight flickered, then died. In the pitch black, Ethan felt something brush against his arm, cold and thin, like skeletal fingers. The hidden room. Fumbling for his backup light, Ethan stumbled into a narrow corridor he hadn't noticed before. At the end of it stood a small door. It looked newer than the rest of the house, as if someone had sealed it shut recently. His curiosity overpowered his fear. He forced the door open. Inside was a hidden room. The walls were covered in drawings, childlike sketches of tall, faceless figures standing around the house. In the middle of the room lay a small wooden box. He opened it. Inside were old photographs. Families who once lived there, all smiling. But in the corner of every picture stood the same shadowy figure, tall and thin, with no face. The whispers returned, all at once. He was always here. He never left. The presence revealed. Suddenly, Ethan's phone recording cut to static. The screen glitched and then displayed a live feed, but it wasn't pointing at him. Instead, it showed the hallway behind him. And in that hallway, something was moving. A tall shadow stretched along the floor, bending and twisting unnaturally. Ethan spun around, but the corridor was empty. Only when he looked back at the phone screen did he see it, standing inches behind him, its faceless head tilting slowly. The door slammed shut. The flashlight burst into sparks. The whispers grew into screams. The final moments panicked. Ethan tried to run, but the hallway seemed to stretch endlessly. His footsteps echoed too loudly, like hundreds of feet were running alongside him. The shadow was everywhere, on the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Finally, he reached the front door, pulling desperately, but it wouldn't budge. In the glass reflection, he saw himself, only it wasn't his face. His reflection had no eyes, no mouth, just smooth, pale skin. The last thing his camera captured was Ethan's terrified scream, cut short as the shadow dragged him back into the darkness. Epilogue. Weeks later, a group of hikers found his abandoned phone lying in the grass outside the house. The battery was dead, but when they tried charging it, one corrupted video file appeared.